I want to talk about Mr. Agee's favorite team really quickly, man, and just the state of NBA basketball.
Uh-huh.
This Detroit Pistons
Mm.
are trying to bring back, man, this flair, this fight to the game of basketball.
Yeah.
Even to the point where Isaiah Stewart, who is the self-proclaimed new Dennis Rodman, Marcus Sasser, and Ron Holland are going to be losing a lot of money.
Yep. Throwing them blows.
Yeah, man. And of course, Dante DiVincenzo and Nas Reed, they're going to lose some money. My question for you guys is, man, is this the new NBA we're getting ready to see? Or do you think Adam Silver going to be like, we are not going back to the bad boy Pistons type style of basketball? What's your thoughts on that?
We need the Detroit Pistons to be the new Bad Boys 2, if you will, 2.0. Because in my eyes, Detroit, they sent a message back in the day. Every team that came in there, or when they knew they were playing the Detroit Pistons, everybody's like, "Oh, we gotta get ready because it's gonna be a war." And I love watching that type of basketball. And like you said, Isaiah Stewart, when he beating people down and he make you play. It's a mental part of the game as well. And I think the league has gotten to where it's ticky-tack. You touch a guy and you blowing whistles like, come on, man, let them play a little bit. Because all these dudes they're big grown men. When you get 6'8", 6'9", 7'2", 300, you get Zion Williams and stuff running at you. You got to let them dudes battle in there. So I hope the marketing in the NBA will allow the Detroit Pistons to be the new Bad Boys 2.0 and keep it going. They balling. Remember two seasons ago, man, they were laughing at the Detroit Pistons. And it was sad because you had that type of team in the association that was getting ridiculed and laughed at. And now they done turned it around. These young boys are like, nah, we know how to ball. We grew up playing this game. So I think the league, you need to step back a little bit. Yeah, slap them a little fine, kind of control it. But I'd be like, hey, y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Just kind of bring it down just a little bit.
Let me tell you
you're
something,
good for the league.
Will, also, that eclectic group of players, how they got put together.
Yeah.
You got to get that GM some props.
Got to give him some props.
Because he took some guys that was rooks to some vets on some other teams that then learned how to play. Yeah. And now these dudes is like, okay, this our superstar right here. And that dude, he got that. You know what I'm saying? Like that Anthony Edwards type shit.
Yeah. Kay Cunningham next level.
Kay Cunningham's next level.
So if we got a dude like that, we finna come and rough ride behind him.
Yeah.
Try to knock him out the air and see what happens. But on the other end, we gonna foul your ass real hard. We ain't gonna get no ticky tacks. We coming.
Yeah.
We fouling your ass. I love it.
Yeah. It's
pay them fine.
Here's the only thing I want to throw at both of you all. And just know this. I agree with you guys. But from the NBA's perspective, the league did not grow until they took that out of the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I don't know if you can say that, G.
No, that's true. It's true.
Yeah,
listen, when they took
grew with Magic and Bird. What do you mean?
No, Magic and Bird helped save the league. Jordan grew
and they grew it a little bit.
Right.
The money was getting a little better at that time.
Yeah, but it wasn't until when they ended the Bad Boys' reign.
Yeah.
That's when the league grew, not only just, in the United States, but internationally. They took that. No longer can you be Bill Laimbeer and, you got to remember, man, in the 80s and even the early 90s, you could fight a dude and you wasn't even kicked out of the game.
Yeah, man. Like, knuckle up, get back in there like hockey.
Like nothing happened.
What's up?
And I think but the NBA said they were going to take this game international. Because you had a guy like Michael Jordan playing.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, that crew with Jordan, Barkley, Elijah Wan,
Patrick
Drexler,
Ewing.
Man, they expanded the league. David Robinson. Remember all the commercials? You in Mr. Robinson neighborhood.
Yeah.
You wasn't no fighting in them neighborhoods.
Yeah.
He was Mr. Robinson. That was a playoff of Sesame Street. They were selling a little watered down this at that point.
It was definitely, it was a concerted effort to market the league totally different.
Absolutely.
And to pull these guys down. But have they gone too far one way or not? They need to come back just a tad bit. And I think it can there's room for it to be a little more physical. If we don't want the Rana test things to break out again, anything like that, because the fans, I would hate to be at a game and a big fight break out. Yeah.
In order for the league to change, first of all, and I do think the league will change a little bit because the international game is growing so big. But I think though this has to start on the high school level. Yeah. And it definitely has, which actually, I think that's why the NCAA tournament been so good this year. Man, they've been letting dudes beat each other up.
Let them play. They let them play, man. And I love that. I'm like, because I'd hate to see, a Cooper Flag sitting on the sideline because he got 4 fouls. I came to see him play, so let him bump a little bit, and they have in the NCAA.
Because I know I've counted personally at least 340,000 over the backs.
Yeah. No doubt.
Over the back.
Man, it's crazy.
No doubt, man. But yeah, it's the game. Think about it. This was never a shooter's game. I mean, 3-point shooting. But that's what it is over the last since Steph got in. He changed that whole mentality. I mean, you always had the Ray Allens, you had, Reggie Miller, you had some great shooters, but he came and took it to another level. And then you got all these other great shooters came behind him because, okay, it's okay now for me to just launch these deep threes from the logo. It's just craziness. And that opened the game a little bit. But then you got 7-footers stepping out shooting threes.
Well, interesting enough, I'm glad you brought that up too, because I do want to shift to Steph Curry and what he's doing, man, which I don't think he's getting enough credit for being as phenomenal as he are. We talking about LeBron and his age, but Steph Curry ain't no spring chicken either. Right. But your point with the 7-footers, that's where I think I love the image of the Detroit style basketball. I think we need that back. Right. Where it had that team focus oriented. Agee, you was talking about it earlier. All the guys recognizing who they are, what roles they play. Yep. But Leroy, even in terms of 3-point shooting, Lambert probably was a better spot up 3-point shooter than he had a post game. Yep. I mean, he jumped about that high. He couldn't jump worth nothing.
He definitely would step out and drop that. I mean, but you got Porzingis, you got Cat. Cat step out and shoot the 3 in a minute. You leave him open, which is I love being a baller. If you're a baller, you're a baller. You should be able to shoot a 3. You should be able to post up. You should be able to bring it up the court because you're a player, right? But gone are the days where you see Olajuwon in the bucket, giving them the dream shake. Gone are the days you got Pat posting up and giving you that mid-range hook, jump hooks and things. You don't have too many big men like that. Embiid was the closest thing, I think, to just in that pocket getting it. Now, I'm okay with you stepping out, popping the 3, then coming down in. Wembyambi. I mean, he's 7'9", whatever he is. He out there shooting deep threes, but he'll get down there and post up too a little bit. So the game has definitely changed to where I think you got less position players, if that's a thing, to more, I can pop out and hit the 3 too. Hey, I run baseline, hit me, I drop the 3. DeMarcus Cousins. When DeMarcus was in the league,
with a handle, he had a handle.
DeMarcus, I thought was and could have been, and probably still will be one of the best who ever did it as a big boy. I mean, it just and had that killer instinct.
We know what happened with DeMarcus, man. The injury derailed.
Yeah, derailed him.
He was having a historical career.
Yeah, he was.
And the injury. And who that also reminds me of? Agee, I got from back home, Chicago. Jabari Parker. I think about how great Milwaukee would be. Yep. If Jabari and the Greek Freak could have stayed together, man.
Stayed together, man. And matured together.
That would have just, because people forget, man, Jabari at one point was better than than the Greek Freak.
He was a baller, man.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's the thing when you know, when you're watching these guys put, like, I love what Coach of Houston is doing. He showed that I'm a great coach. He did
Udoka.
it at
Yeah.
Boston, went to
Yeah.
Houston after all that drama, went down there and got those guys playing. And that tells you this is a great coach. Yeah, no, he came back and he put together an incredible team, and them dudes down there balling, man. And it's amazing to see what a coach can do as far as mentally getting these cats prepared to play and understand their roles on the team. I was glad to see that when he left Boston, that those players didn't crumble.
Yeah, they
because
did. They did.
Yeah.
they stayed together and they won a chip. And for me, I was like, okay, great. You know, had some great ballers. And then when he went down to Houston and he is, you know, putting together a nice team too, I said, okay, he's a great coach. And what he got in those kids, those young men and players' mind is to ball no matter what. And they stayed true to themselves. And that, to me, that's a sign of a great coach. You guys know when you get a great coach and he instill that whatever you call it inside you, it never leaves you.
Udoka was a good role player.
Yeah,
so
man.
I could tell how he's like they've taken on his personality as a basketball player.
Right.
I personally think that what we're witnessing is teams are taking over. These young teams like Houston, like Detroit, like OKC, like Boston. These teams, man, they are representing the league as a whole. And I think the NBA would serve themselves well if they focus on teams.
Yeah.
As opposed to just trying to find that one guy to be the face of the league. Because the reality is right now, our top 4 best players are not from here.
They're Euros. Yeah, man. It's crazy.
And let's be honest, you can't. I know we're talking about the NBA, so I'm keeping it United States. You can't have the face of the league, and it ain't from here.
Right.
That just don't work. So we need to focus on the teams. And while we on that, man, I want to bring this up to you guys really quickly, man. I got 4 names I want to throw at you. I need a 5th for you guys. I'm looking at the first team All NBA. I got the Greek Freak, SGA, the Joker, Jason Tatum. Who would be your 5th?
Ooh.
Got to be Steph or LeBron.
They second team to me.
So you said Jason Tatum, SGA, the Greek Freak, the Joker.
I'll go with Jay Brown. Put Jay Brown on there.
God,
I'll go with Jaylen Brown.
I think Jaylen Brown. I think Jaylen Brown gonna be second team. There's a name out there, and I'm just waiting on y'all to say it.
Oh, because you got KD.
K could be first team, but I think he's gonna be second team.
He could definitely be first team.
Man, I can't leave Luka off.
Wow.
I don't even think that the league is gonna put Luka first team. I think Luka will be second team All NBA.
All NBA. Whew. Oh my goodness. That's huge right there. I mean, because I can't. I got LeBron. I got Steph. You got KD. You got Anthony Edwards. Oh my goodness. I don't know if John Morant is there. All NBA. Sheesh.
Oh,
sheesh. Now I'm second guessing myself. I'm like, because I mean,
I do either Jaylen Brown, Steph, or LeBron.
I got to go with LeBron.
Over Steph?
I got to go with the Kings.
Yeah,
40
even
work.
Damn, I don't know, because Steph is like
having
what he did in the Olympics.
Year. Yeah, the way that Golden State is playing right now, man, they have won since the arrival.
Yeah,
Jimmy Buckets.
Jimmy Butler.
They've won, Buckets. What is it? 13 out of 15 games?
Yeah, bro.
They have the only game they lost was the game that when Steph Curry sat out.
Yeah, I would have to go with LeBron or Steph.
I'm gonna throw a name at you all that most people ain't even talking about.
Who that?
He's killing though. Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah, he is.
He's killing.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, this dude is like, he is
The
a
thing
beast.
about him, you playing with Ja and y'all Memphis. Y'all, I don't think they better than Minnesota.
Well, here's the thing. At one point,
He is
Memphis
balling
was
though,
number
man.
2. And Ja got hurt, so they dropped in the rankings. But they was, I'm gonna give you another name.
2 in the West?
They were number 2 in the West before Ja got hurt. But
Oh, that's right, because the Lakers was
but
like.
Jaren, his numbers have not come down. They actually increased.
He's
I'm
balling.
gonna throw a name at you that.
So he averaging a double with.
Oh, absolutely. He
Is
should
he?
be. He should be the defensive player of the year.
He balling. He
He
is
should be
balling.
For over 20 games. You give me 20, 30 games, he averaging a double.
Absolutely, and he should be the defensive player of the year. He is playing that well. But I'm gonna throw a name at you that some people, I think he's not first team, but he definitely should be second team. That's Evan Mobley.
See, he
There's so many ballers, man. You right.
He overshadowed by them 2 guards that he playing.
That's what I was
with.
getting ready to say.
Big boy.
Yeah, there's some ballers out there, man. What's the kid from Atlanta?
Trae Young.
Trae Young and the high flyer, the other.
I know you're talking about
Hey, man.
who Trae just throw it up to him. He's so athletic, man.
Cleveland and Boston, Eastern Conference Finals, a fight.
Well,
yeah, we forget. Old boy who came from Utah to Cleveland.
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, I ain't forget about him.
Having
He
a
on my
phenomenal
list.
year.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to find the 5th spot. I'm just throwing names at y'all because I'm throwing another name at you. How about Jalen Brunson? Have an incredible year.
Jalen Brunson is balling. Is balling.
If this dude doesn't get hurt, he might have gotten the 5th spot. And
Jalen Brunson's balling, man.
Well, I'm talking about this name I'm getting ready to give you. If he doesn't get hurt, I think he becomes first team all NBA this year. And I'm talking about the alien, Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah.
First team, Will?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. He's
What kind of stretch he had?
Oh my goodness. How about a 25-14?
Yeah, he's putting it out there now.
Like a month.
Yeah. Right now. Before he got hurt.
Before he got hurt, he's balling. And he's a phenomenal, he's a freak. He like
man.
In a text message,
blood clot in his shoulder.
He's like, boy, he balling. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. It's so many incredible players in the league, that you could just continue to rattle them off. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot about him, Damian Lillard.
I mean, gonna say D Lillard, and I'm getting ready to say these the guys that probably won't make no team.
Yeah,
and if I'm on the Phoenix Suns, I can't help but to be looking at Bradley Beal like this.
Yeah, Bradley.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, man. The issue with Bradley Beal, and I think a lot of high number 1 guys will struggle with this. If you've never had to play the role of second fiddle, it's gonna be hard. See, I always tell people this: Batman will never become Robin.
Yeah.
Batman is not putting on a Robin suit for nobody.
But you look at LeBron and Luka. If both them dudes
great
healthy,
minds can play alike. Can play off each other.
It's amazing to watch because I think Luka can get his and still be a facilitator. LeBron, we know, can facilitate and take over when he needs to take over. So if you get the right 2 together, there's a chance. But they got to think.
Too, it takes that leadership because here's the thing.
That leadership.
And I'm going to throw this out at my boy, give him some love from Marquette. If Dwayne Wade doesn't show LeBron how to be a leader, how to be a winner, we don't get this LeBron James we got now.
That's right.
Because, and I'm not saying that he showed him, but he told him. He said, hey, man, we need you to be this kind of guy for us.
Right.
I can step back.
Right. If you keep the main thing, winning them chips, and you're not going to diminish me because I'm already an all-star.
But I want to keep it here in this MVP race. Clearly, it's going to be SGA or the Joker. Who you got, man? Who you got?
man.
I mean, and let me just give you the tail of the tape since this is the boxing man. Right now, the Joker is averaging 28 a game. SGA is averaging literally 33 a game. Rebounds, Joker's getting 5 a game. 13 a game, and SGA is getting 6. Assists, Joker's getting nearly 11 a game, and SGA is getting 7 a game. Steals, they are even at 2 apiece. Joker is shooting 58%. SGA is shooting a phenomenal 53%. But SGA has in his book the most 40-point games this season with over 30. That's a lot of scoring.
That's a lot of buckets.
Go ahead, El. What you got?
That's a lot of buckets, man.
Go ahead, El. What you got?
Did Joker win it? Did he win it twice already?
Twice in a row.
3 times.
No, if he win it this year, it'll be his third.
This will be his third?
Well, I mean, this will be his fourth champion.
Right, this will be his fourth
but
MVP.
he won back to back the last 2 seasons.
Where is OKC right now in the rankings?
Oh, they're number 1.
They're number 1.
And ain't nobody even close. They can lose the rest of their games. They can lose the rest of their games, and
he said ain't nobody even close.
And still could take a vacation.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with SGA. I'm gonna go with him on this because, like you said, just 40 point clips. Number one, his impact on his team is definitely showing it. He's good for the league. He's exciting. The Joker's solid. I mean, the Joker's. I mean, I marvel watching him play, man. I'm like, this brother be getting it.
The Joker looked like the big white boy at the rec.
Right.
I'm just gonna say it.
He do, man.
Shit.
He walked.
Y'all, we ain't just gonna tippy toe around this shit. Now, you ain't just gonna. He looked like the big white boy at the rec, dominating everybody.
Everybody. He don't care. And I tell a lot of folks, I say, hey, listen, man. We grew up back in the day. You got a white guy could ball. You're like, oh, he'll baller, but you come to the park, we gonna finesse him a little bit.
That's right. I
said, listen, y'all gotta understand where Joker's from, man. He from a war-torn country. He done seen stuff we can't even imagine. So the little stuff we be bringing from the park, he don't care nothing about that. He like, that's
His
nothing, man.
Are crazy.
He didn't grow up with some stuff.
They crazy about him.
Yes.
Like, oh, you ain't finna mess with him.
No.
That
Nah. And Joker can handle himself, but he a straight baller, man.
Straight
fundamentals.
One leg fadeaways.
Fundamentals. First of all, did y'all see the game the other day?
Yes, I did.
You dropped a 60-piece chicken dinner.
Yep.
Man.
Oh, you want to go on overtime? Okay, I ain't gonna stop.
Can't stop him, man. And that's what I'm saying. The brother can ball, man. And if he won it again, I wouldn't be mad.
He deserved it.
He deserved it. He balling.
He one of the ones that deserved it.
Your boy SGA is out of control, though.
Yeah, SGA is out of control. Here's the thing I don't understand. And Agee, you probably know where I'm going, man. Why my boy can't get no love, man? Jason Tatum.
Yeah. He talking about Jay Tatum.
Defending champs.
Defending champs.
Defending champs. Against Memphis?
Man, let me tell you this. Let me throw something at y'all. See if y'all agree with this or not.
Let me throw something at y'all.
To me, Jason Tatum can't get the love he deserves because he has a Tim Duncan type aura about him.
Who painted that aura? He ain't no Tim Duncan.
No, listen, I'm talking about in terms of the non-flashy, solid, does what he needs to do.
Man, he be doing all type of antics on the court when he hit threes and shit. What you mean? Tim Duncan never did none of that.
Listen, let me tell you something, man.
What are you talking about?
What they did to him in the Olympics.
They not loving Jason Tatum because he plays for Boston, dude. What are you talking about?
Well, you say that because the league needs Boston to be Boston, so I don't know who's not loving. I think it's more of the Tim Duncan effect because listen, just because a guy hit a 3-pointer and he tapped his arm 3 times, man, everybody in the league doing that. But he's not Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, he's not vocal.
Right.
He's not it's crazy when we were when I was in footwear and we were doing marketing, we put players on the board. We would always ask the question, who's marketable? Who's not? Who can we build a persona around.
That's right.
And
What went into that? What went into that, Leroy?
that's it. It not only was it what he did on the court, but it was also, was he gregarious? Was he that, flamboyant? Was he Magic Johnson like? Was he mysterious like, was he the Black Mamba like Kobe? Those type of things went in. Was he safe? Is he gonna be detrimental to the company? All those things went into choosing who was gonna be the spokesperson for the company. Like we were in the bidding war for Shaq back in the day, and I was like, listen, there ain't nothing like him. Hands down, ain't nothing like him. This is a big man, can run the floor.
He's one of one.
He's one of one. And I had to never forget the conversation. We were in a marketing meeting having a conversation, and one of the guys in the room said, big men traditionally don't sell shoes and things. I was like, I said, did you see this dude? Look at the video of him at LSU and the stuff he was doing. I said, this is a different type of man. He is going to wreck the league. I said, and if we can get him, oh man, we're going to sell millions of shoes, because this dude is going to just be phenomenal. So we work with Bozell Advertising, and we came up with a campaign where Transformers was coming out at the time. And we were like, yo, he going to be a Transformer, and just turn into the Shaq. And we built this whole campaign that we were going to do around him. And of course, he didn't go with us. He went with Reebok, and Reebok did the Legends. Remember the Legends commercial? They had him, and
don't fake the funk on a nasty dunk. That's the password, baby.
You know what I mean?
Hey, but Reebok's #1 campaign was "This is my planet."
Right. So when you look at a Tatum, that's what people say. Well, he's safe.
Yep.
He's safe. He's not going to be any drama for us and things like that. But because the kids are what? The footwear market is driven by 16 and younger. That's who drive the market. So they want that person. They can be like, oh my God, you see what Ja is doing? You see what Anthony Edwards? They're attracted to that. Not saying they're not attracted to Tatum. We as ballers are like, yo, that boy is the truth, because he is. But the kids are like, oh yeah, he gets it done. But they're running at Zion.
Yes.
You feel me? They're running at Anthony Edwards. They're running at, Big Cat and all these guys. Sign my shoe. Because that's who they resonate with as far as
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry. The same thing. When he went with Under Armour.
Yeah.
Under Armour sold a lot of shoes. Steph he's safe, but what Steph does on the court sets him apart. Launching them bombs from half court from anywhere, his size and things, his smile, all of that stuff goes into choosing who's going to be who. And the NBA is guilty of that as well, man.
I'm going to say it takes you to be safe,
yeah.
But you got to be a Steph Curry type, meaning that you got to be a generational player.
You got to be a generational.
And I don't think Jason Tatum is a generational player.
Right.
He's a great player. He would, barring that he doesn't get hurt, he will be a first team Hall of Fame.
That's right.
No doubt about it.
Yep.
Like I look at Cooper Flag like that. He's not a generational type player, but he's going to be a Jason Tatum type player. He will be a first team if he doesn't get hurt. But fellas, let me throw this last thing at y'all, man. This is the top teams in the NBA right now. First one is Oklahoma City Thunder. Cleveland is number 2. Number 3 is Boston. Then after that, surprisingly, number 4 is the Houston Rockets.
Yep.
The number 5 is the Denver Nuggets. Interesting enough, the Lakers, the all-powerful purple and gold, comes in at number 6.
Yep.
They are 46-29. Who would have thunk that, right?
Right.
Golden State, right under the Lakers. Indiana Pacers, tied with them, but Golden State has beaten them twice. And of course, you got the Memphis Grizzlies. That's what I was telling you, Agee. Their record is still pretty decent. And number 10 is the Minnesota Timberwolves. As we end this thing, fellas, of those teams I just named, who's coming out? Who's winning it all?
I got you right now. OKC versus Denver. OKC coming out. Boston versus Cleveland. Boston coming out.
Wow.
That's our finals. Boston, OKC.
Mm. Dang.
Ratings through the roof.
Agee, that's a good call.
You got stars on all 4 sides.
I watched that.
I mean, you got stars coming at stars. Like, I got to come at you, bro.
I need that.
You don't want one. You need to show y'all ain't. Hey, when Aaron Gordon plays, watch out for Denver, bro. If he not hurt, watch out for Denver.
I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna tell you who's sneaky. It's Jimmy Buckets, man. They've been playing some great basketball, man.
I'm gonna tell you this,
man.
though,
That's
man.
That's
you know
a
what I
tough
think
one.
is gonna be a great conference final if it happens?
What's that?
That Boston Cleveland, man.
The Boston Cleveland gonna be a battle. That's gonna be a battle.
That is just, I mean, they're having battles now that I think is insane. But I know what the league want. The league want a Lakers. Boston.
I know what the league want.
Oh yeah, that's what the league want.
They would love a Lakers.
Why you always think Adam Silver them on with something?
Because you know why? It's just like this, man. If the NCAA could, they will have a Duke, North Carolina Final Four every year.
Every year. Every year, doggone it. They would have that. I'm gonna tell you, man. I see. Whoo! I can't sleep on Houston, man.
That was my next question. Is there a sleeper? And even is there a sleeper that I had not mentioned that could sneak up in there? Say, for example, like the Clippers or New York or
That's
Detroit.
what I was gonna say. I'm looking at the Knicks.
We talking about winning playoff series. We like, dude, we was ahead of y'all.
I think the Knicks gonna get the Milwaukee Bucks.
Going on to the next round? Hell no, Houston.
I think the Milwaukee Bucks. I think the Knicks are gonna get the Milwaukee Bucks, and then they're gonna have to play the Celtics, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Damn.
Here's what's gonna be really interesting, man. This is probably one of the first times that I've seen that the play-in games are gonna matter.
They're gonna matter. They're gonna matter, man. Because
you say they're gonna matter.
Well, because here's the thing: that 2 versus 7. It's gonna be tough, man.
That's gonna be a good game because you got on the Rockets, you got Timberwolves and Clippers.
Yeah.
To play the Rockets. I mean,
and it's just one game, right?
Well, who's ever the highest seed? So whoever's 6, if 6 loses, they're not out of it. They get to play again.
They get to play again, right?
If you 10, you lose, you out. Damn. So yeah, it's crazy, man.
One and done, boy.
One and done.
Oh, my God.
I don't even know what to say, man. I mean,
Agee, I got to go with your call, man. That was good.
I'm liking that, man. I just see that.
I can see that happen. That'd be decent ratings.
I just think Joker is playing way too good to go home this early.
Yeah.
I think Shy is just playing too good.
It just depends
on
who they meet, because if they run back into
depends on who they meet.
They can beat everybody except for Minnesota.
Yeah.
They can't.
Except for Minnesota.
Some teams just. It's like with the Lakers.
They got
if the Lakers have to face the Lakers. Listen, if the Lakers don't have to face Denver, they in the conference final.
They could be in the conference finals. You're absolutely right. Denver got their number for some reason.
Denver got their number, man. They can't beat Denver.
Number, yes. That's why I ain't say LA. That's why I love my king. I love LeBron. I love my dog.
But if Denver have to face Minnesota,
that's a tough one.
That's a tough one right there.
That's a tough one.
Because they already.
That damn Anthony Edwards last night, he was just.
He's phenomenal. He could be.
You just sent this shit in the overtime.
He could step in that role as face of the league. I mean,
what would stop him though? It's like they want to give it to him, but they're holding.
Let me show you what stop him.
There it is.
You be giving her interviews like this.
There it is. There it is. There it is. You know what?
They be like,
I was gonna say it. I think he's not getting it because he ain't polished enough.
Yeah, he polished enough.
That's what I was gonna say.
He told Obama that. He was like, "Yo, man, they talking to me like I'm weak or something." I was like, "Oh, come on,
but I'm
bro."
sitting there saying, man, first of all, that's the president the first black president of the United States.
Come on.
Just come on, man. Come on, man. Just out of love and respect.
Love and respect.
Show that dude some gratitude,
Come
man.
on,
Come on.
man. He was like, I was like, oh. So yeah, gonna be tough for him.
Hey, and look, he probably thinking in his head, shit, Obama from Chicago.
Yeah,
Shit,
he
he
know
how I get out.
You know I get out. You're absolutely right.
But that's what makes him different, because he's like, I don't care if y'all give it to me or not. Hey, listen, fellas, man, this has been amazing. Leroy, we want to thank you so much, man, for being
thank you
on
guys,
this
man.
show.
This is the most fun I had in a long time.
Man, we got to have you back on, man, so the world can get your real story, man, who you are.
For sure.
The original Leroy Smith, man. First of all, you got to be like one of the last persons I know whose name is Leroy. Ain't that many Leroys?
Ain't that many Leroys left, man.
Hey, that's just some names, man. That is just like dying out. Leroy is one of them. Yeah. Gary is one of them. Gene is one of them. That's just some names, man. We're losing, man. Y'all ain't having enough boys, man.
Yeah,
bring
you
them
absolutely
names
right, man.
but man, we're gonna have you back on the show, man.
For sure.
To share your incredible story. Also share all the amazing things that you're doing, man, with your podcast. First of all, tell everybody about your podcast really quick, man.
Yeah, my podcast is called Lessons from Leroy, and you can find it on all podcast platforms. And it's about business, basketball, and life, and how they all holistically connect. Because, as players, man, we know everything we learned on the court, it applies to anything we do in business and definitely in our everyday life. So I talk about not so much sports, but I talk about how the lessons I learned playing and how I instituted those in my businesses that I do, and how it works with my family life and things. And I talk about everything from injuries and overcoming injuries to perseverance to victories, how to win gracefully, how to lose gracefully, all that type of stuff. So it's more of that. And I got a couple of cool interviews in there as well with, a couple of ex-NBA players, some cricket players, tattoo artists. So I try to, the way I approach it is that I interview everybody that I think is impactful. So Lessons from Leroy, last year it was awesome. And, I just turned the mic on and started talking.
I love it. And how can people find you?
You can on any podcast platforms, whether it's Spotify, Apple, you name it. Just
What's your social handles? It's
The Real Leroy Smith, at The Real Leroy Smith for Instagram. Lessons from Leroy at The Real Leroy Smith is most of everything. Facebook, Instagram, all of that. You can find it there. And one of the things that came through the other day, I was just telling you guys about the documentary I did, Leroy Smith, Michael Jordan's Myth, was nominated for 2 Webby Awards.
Absolutely.
So, wow.
Yeah, man. So we just got that notice yesterday, actually came down. Yeah. One of the awards is the Webby's People's Voice Awards. So you have to vote. Yeah.
Hey, we on it for you, man. We want to thank you for being on the show. Well, listen, we want to thank all you Hoop Dreams fans for tuning in to another episode. Remember, you can find us on all of your social media platforms. Don't forget to subscribe to the Agee and Gates podcast. You can find us everywhere. Please subscribe. Thank you again to our guest, Leroy Smith, original Leroy Smith, who put Michael Jordan on the bench. Y'all heard me. He put him on the bench.
Put him on the bench. I'm trying to get him to play one-on-one.
He ain't ready. He ain't ready,
man. He ain't ready for the smoke.
He ain't ready. And listen, Hoop Dreams fan, this is it. Leroy will be back with us, in our next, on one of another episodes where we get into his real story and all of the amazing things that he is doing with his life, man. So be looking for that as well. I'm Will Gates, and that's my dog.
Arthur Agee in the building, and you know what to do. Subscribe.
Peace and love. Yeah, you know what was crazy? Nike's agency, Wyden and Kennedy, had a search firm, and they had the search firm. I was working at NBC at the time, and the phone was ringing. I was like, I don't know that number. I ain't answering that. And finally, one day I answered, and they were like, "Oh my God, we're a search firm. We work for Wyden and Kennedy, and we want to put together this campaign for the Jordan's retirement for the Hall of Fame." And I was like, okay, cool. They said, well, listen, we would love to have David Chappelle play your role. But they were like, David's out of the country. He's in Africa. They said, so yeah, when he bounced, they said, well, we'll probably roll with Charlie Murphy. And I was like, Eddie Murphy's brother? I was like, let's do it. So they sent out a whole kit of like what they wanted to do and things like that. Because M had told them that, Leroy is a fun loving guy. He liked to do all kind of crazy stuff. And I was like, yeah, man, it's cool. Let's just do it. So I got the piece and kind of checked it out, and it was like, hey man, let's roll with it. I said, I'd love to come down to the set and see what you got going on. They were like, you want to be in the spot? I'm like, nah, man, I'm good.
You should have, man.
I'll sit on this,
Oh, man.
watch what you're doing. Right. So one
You should have
piece
got
in
hold up
there.
a sign that said Leroy Smith.
Yeah, right. But it was a blast, man. That whole time was cool, and got some sneak. I tell everybody, say I'm the only dude that never played in the NBA that's got his own signature shoe. Go figure.
Smith.
Go figure.
Man,
My dad's got a pair, and he's around the corner. Yeah. All right. Cool. I'll definitely do that. I'll definitely do that. Awesome. Nice. Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn as Harvest. My first name, Harvest Smith. Yep. Awesome. Yeah, this is so
man,
crazy, man. And
I also want to tell y'all, man, right now on eBay, the Leroy Smith is selling